Welcome to the Arizona Wildcats show, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. I'm Star Sports Editor Ryan Finley, here with my constant companion, Daniel Burke.
We should get used to spending a lot of time together now.
We're going to start calling this the Daniel Burke Show, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. Daniel, you've been out at UA football camp all week. Obviously, you've caught a lot of practice. Last night's practice was open the whole time. You've been able to check on some things. Rather than hit you with like 2 or 3 big picture questions, we're just going to put you on the clock.
Definitely.
And we're just going to go quick hitters right now.
Fun.
Okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Game face?
Good.
Okay, good. Okay, here we go.
I was smiling again.
All right, first one. Freshman who has impressed you the most? Go.
A name that everyone's familiar with, Cam Denson. He looked so good last night in practice, and it looks like cornerback has been his natural position the whole time. Made a great play against Trey Griffey, intercepted a Gerard Randall pass, looks comfortable, looks like he fits in. Absolutely has been the freshman that stood out to me the most.
Transfer who has done the most damage so far?
Well, that's a good one. Devontae Neal.
Okay.
Devontae Neal, even in practice, even in those first little, couple sessions when they're just throwing the ball 10 yards, you don't want to miss it. I mean, he's just fun to watch, and you can just tell. I mean, last night he was the holder. He was the holder for field goals and extra points last night. I mean, they're just going to do everything with him. So he's the guy that's done the most damage of the transfers.
I smell a fake punt or a fake punt run or a fake field goal run.
I have no comment. We don't discuss strategy, Ryan.
All right, let's describe each of the quarterbacks in one word. Gerard Randall.
All right, consistency, as in he needs to get there. He's very inconsistent. It's up and down, and he's learning. So he needs to get to, he needs to be more consistent.
That's like 30 words.
Consistency was the word.
Jesse Scroggins.
Jesse Scroggins, talent. Mm-hmm. Talent's there, but they need to see it every day. So yeah, there you go.
Anu Solomon.
Quick. He looks quick. He looks shifty. He looks in control. He looks comfortable. Mm-hmm. All that stuff. He looks far more athletic than he did last year.
Connor Brewer.
Steady. Mm-hmm. Steady Eddie. He's just he's the guy who I think is they all hate this term, but he's the closest thing to a game manager. I think the guy that will probably make the least amount of mistakes, but probably has the lowest ceiling of the 4.
Okay, that makes sense. This is the Arizona Wildcats show, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. Ryan Finley here with Daniel Burke. We're talking football. Daniel, let's go a little bit wacky right now.
Here we go.
Okay, anthem of camp, because they have these giant speakers and they blast. What is it?
Okay, well, I've been very excited. They have added some variety to the music this year, let's just say. So last night, perfect night. Sun's going down. Welcome to the Jungle. Guns N' Roses, one of my favorites, blaring for blocks and blocks and blocks. And we've had a lot, anthem I think of, Welcome to the Jungle, a lot of AC/DC, Thunderstruck, things like that. So there's been some more rock and roll this camp.
Who's making these decisions? Like a 48-year-old man?
No, DJ Andrew Warsaw. I think he's doing a fantastic job. He mixes in the stuff that pleases the athletes and then the stuff that pleases the coaches. Andrew Warsaw is my guy. He's got my stamp of approval, and he even takes requests on Twitter. So, no, we're not knocking DJ Warsaw here.
So tonight, if you hear Friend of the Devil at UA football practice.
The Grateful Dead's Friend of the Devil.
The Grateful Dead's Friend of the Devil.
Come on.
It's going to be from Daniel Burke.
Okay. Well, I might request a Grateful Dead song, but it's got to be something a little more upbeat than that. Uncle John's Band, perhaps.
Yeah, that's good.
Scarlet Begonias, something like that. Fire on the Mountain. That would be appropriate here.
We can just keep doing this. You can just list songs for the rest of the day. Okay.
Tennessee Jed.
All right, we're going to do 2 more things here.
St. Stephen.
Okay. Who has more room to improve, special teams or defensive line?
Defensive line.
Okay.
There is a lot of room for improvement there, and they need to see it. But the guys are there. It's just they need, Jordan Allen from LSU needs to get more comfortable with what they're doing. Fish needs to get comfortable with playing football again. Some of these freshmen need it up. So there's a lot of room for improvement there.
Okay, that's Fish Fanene, by the way, not Fish the band, while we're talking about jam music here. Last thing.
Tweezer?
Who is kicking for Arizona on opening night?
It's a good one.
Tucson loves their place kicker story.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to either freshman Josh Pollock or former women's soccer manager Casey Scourin, which is one of my favorite camp stories. So it's between those 2 guys right now, and I think you could see both. I think you could see a scenario where maybe one does kickoffs, one does short field goals, and then the other one does long field goals. I think both of those guys are going to get chances in games. And I think their special teams is actually in pretty good shape. Their return game is going to be a lot stronger this year. with Denson and Neal and some of these other guys. And Drew Riggleman has, I think, proven that he's a Pac-12 punter, and I think he's better than last year. His leg looks stronger. So I don't think they're that far off in special teams, and I think one of those two kickers can take the job.
Excellent. Well, hey, we are going to punt on this episode of the Arizona Wildcat Show. You like what I did there?
Yeah.
Okay, for Daniel Burke, I'm Ryan Finley. This is the Arizona Wildcat Show, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. We'll see you next time.
Try this matchup. Low prices and faster checkout. You can count on it at Fry's.